I am Martin Lee, and I present the results of a multivocal literature review of the use of DevOps in a regulated software development environment. We will focus on the EU Medical Device Directive through the implementation of the quality standard ISO 13485. We can say that companies in regulated areas have two customers, the buying and the permitting. Being able to develop, market, sell, ship, and support a medical device product in the EU is regulated business. Compliance is a continuous process that must be approved by an external partner at certain time intervals. We observe a growing difference between agile approaches and traditional regulated development. Although some examples of successful DevOps in regulated domains exists, the research is scarce. The objective of this study is to review the current state of DevOps adoption in the medical domain. Before DevOps can be introduced as a development approach in medical device development, we need to assess the fundamental challenges and benefits. An initial search for secondary studies yielded few results, but a recent literature survey was presented by Laukarainen and others. They discussed DevOps practices and tools in regulated software development and described that some improvements in tooling, documentation, and regulatory requirements are necessary. This paper investigates and identifies DevOps implementation challenges, benefits, and strategies in regulated medical device industries by doing a multivocal literature review on primary studies and also including grey literature. Grey literature can include news articles, blog posts, white papers, and videos that are not published in scholarly journals. Our research questions was formulated to capture the state of DevOps in regulated development, especially focusing on medical device development by ISO 13485. What evidence is there of such use? What are the challenges and benefits? Could DevOps result in shorter development cycles? And what is done to ensure regulatory compliance? We found few studies of DevOps in an ISO 13485 context, so a multivocal literature review of scholarly and grey literature was performed. This study captures the opinions of experts and community by including material such as news articles, blog posts, videos, etc. Our research was conducted on March the 5th this year, and there were about 7.6 million search hits in total from the index sources. From these sources, 1120 was extracted based on theoretical saturation limitation and effort bounding. 566 sources remained after duplicate merging, and after 3 steps of inclusion, exclusion, and quality assessment, our candidate list had 23 sources. The references contained herein was followed, and the same inclusion, exclusion, and quality criterion was applied, adding 4 new sources. So, 27 sources remained for our analysis. Our research showed that DevOps has its challenges, but with potential benefits. Reduction of cost, time, and resources are observed, as well as reduction in defects, increased product quality, and fulfillment of user needs. A transition to DevOps must be anchored in top-level management. Our research also found that the DevOps process itself may not be subjected to regulatory approval. The process must fulfill requirements in your approved QMS. An interesting finding is the Q interface, which maps QMS processes to DevOps processes. Healthcare is a slow mover, but is undergoing a silent move towards DevOps. Changing a culture from traditional development to DevOps is considered a great obstacle. Silos of processes make collaboration harder. Security restrictions and external partner integration also complicates this. DevOps is found to be vital for adapting to new regulations. DevOps bring continuous focus on areas of risk management and safety, leading to better quality and compliance. DevOps is seen as a prerequisite for microservices, containerization, and cloud services. Going cloud native means that verification tasks could be moved to parallel environments. Can verification and validation be shortened? Yes, several improvements were found. Feedback loops are accelerated, reduction of cost in time and resources, and a reduction in defects, which could reveal both better quality and better fulfillment of user needs. Shortening the release cycle is enabled by automated infrastructure management, where configuration changes can be made repeatable and standardized. Defects and updates are addressed through tight collaboration and frequent deployments. Blockchain-based enterprise solutions can both accelerate application delivery and comply with regulatory requirements. Introducing the concept of defining compliance as code is estimated to have a huge impact. Extensions for compliance. Unit testing must be completed and approved before integration takes place. All tasks and activities must be completed before the software is released. Tools must be validated and releases must be repeatable. Configuration items must be controlled. Other points for extended traditional DevOps. Implement solid automated delivery pipelines. View auditors as stakeholders. Handle risk as configuration items. Use a common ticketing system. And handle tight tool integration. So, what are the limitations to our research? The selected sources could be biased towards popular trends and products. Our pre-assumptions, background, and knowledge could further emphasize this. The data extraction procedures could be too narrow in terms of extracting conflicting views that are not captured by the search strings and inclusion criteria. The low amount of sources also reveals that more research is needed in this field. As the field is rapidly moving forward, it is assumed that non-written knowledge could be substantial and should be captured by other methods. So, the conclusion. DevOps is a good fit for regulated domains and potentially more suited than other process frameworks according to our findings. DevOps is the transition from feature-boxed to time-boxed release strategies and understanding that software cannot be completely defined in advance. Observe that there might be areas where DevOps is not a good fit. To introduce DevOps, top-level management anchoring is important. Necessary resources must be available. Thank you for listening and enjoy to speak to you soon.